Hello and welcome back to Limbus Company. I am Luce and actually Canto 9 has come out, but I'm going to be saving that for later because for now, I think it's about time I do Refraction Railway, Line 5. Now, for the record, the reason I'm doing this one here is because first off, I've been putting it off longer than I really should have. Also, I was completely out for the holidays, so I did not have time to do anything, not even bank some of the e-modules, so unfortunately, I'm way behind. But the good news is I should be able to make it through here. And yes, I finally got Heishodan going. Isn't she just cute? Alrighty. This should also help me out because when the Canto 9 dropped, so did the new level cap. I've already beaten Canto 8, so everyone's at 60, but I haven't had time to actually do that. Alright, Teddy. Attacker attacks target, gains clash power. Oh yeah, if what I've read is correct, this line actually came out when Canto 7 came out, so I've actually got a bit of an advantage that other people haven't done before. Alright, so clear selection. Alright, so I need to be wary here. I need to have a Tremor team and...
H사와 8구의 안내는 제게 맡기시죠.
I'm not going to be using him, so what's his passive here? Powers up if the allies defeated. That's a little oh dear. I need to make sure I have the I gotta save this one for next one. What's her passive? An ally with the lowest max HP takes. Deal and take. Deals and takes. That is very, very risky, but I don't have many options. And this is a Tremor team, so I need to make sure I'm bringing as many Tremor IDs as I can. No, what's that? Ally with most HP deals additional damage with heads. I think I might have underestimated just how much I got here. Oh right, Solemn Lament. 40's not high enough, so... Unlock banner. Okay, so I can't get the special one here because Oblivion has ended. Alright, yeah, Solemn Lament is song. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit more rough than I was expecting. I only have so many tickets here. Yeah, see, look how much this is taking just to level anything. The passive I mentioned. HP takes less damage. I'm not sure I want to Uptie 3 someone just for that, but... Oh yeah, Gregor. His passive. This might not have been this particularly smart. Start of the combat phase, ally with least HP. Guess that's fine. What is his passive? I have a free. Yes, I do actually.
먹잇감이라고 생각했던 존재에게 사냥당하는 기분은 어떠신가요?
Vampire Hunter. Alright, I've just overwritten Dawns. Whoops. Hello, anyone home? I heard on good authority this was your hideout. I wonder why you're ignoring me. The child strode confidently through the dilapidated, half-run-down hallway of an old building. Comes to a sudden stop in front of a small door and a metallic stench of blood. At a metallic stench of blood, the child raises his hand, soft and clean, unlike his outfit and the brutish manner which he carried himself. He gently places the door handle. Excuse me, may I enter? His voice is bright and upbeat, but between every knock, his voice drips murderous intent, so intense it couldn't be masked. Perhaps whoever in there could sense it too. A barely noticeable sound of breathing past the doorframe, barely noticeable. That hint of profound terror carried by the slight exhale brought a grin to the child's lips. He could not help it. Aha, we play hide and seek, pretending to be unavailable. I can hear you breathing, you know. If you won't open up, then. Still there's no reply. But this silence seemed to only embolden the child. He slowly and casually lifts his leg, then kicks the door down. You leave me no choice but to let myself in. Knock, knock. Ready or not, here I come. Ah! The door splinters open, and the blood fiend who'd been hiding and listening from the door gets flung across the room. The child smiles gleefully on him on the ground. Aw, why didn't you just open up when I asked you nicely? You gave me no option, you know. It's not like we'll turn a blind eye and just walk away because you're holed up here like a dirty little rat. How'd you find this place? I'm impressed by the bond between you and your family. They knew the addresses of every single one of their relatives, including yours. The child lightly tapped a photograph framed on the wall with his hammer and took a slow look around the room. There was a whole mound of letters on the table. Framed group photos of their blood fiends were placed about the room. The blood fiend realized something must have happened to his family. Something awful. They were forced to spill even his location then. Wait, there's a misunderstanding. Can we talk without waving that hammer ice? A misunderstanding. Remember, this, the Fang Hunt office is the, vampire hunting faction. They can handle the rank-and-file blood fiends, but obviously they ended up dying when up against the second-generation ones. So, they're no Belmonts, but they're definitely up there. Yes, misunderstanding. I've never heard a human before. I always kept to myself, drinking only blood from humans that were already dead. Bloodfiend wasn't lying. Bloodfiends hiding out in this area were yet to hurt a human. They've been stalking the back streets, sustaining on stale blood and corpses. And this being a corporate dystopia, that makes sense. There'd be plenty of those. An inexperienced fixer on the first blood fiend hunt might hesitate upon hearing this, but it didn't matter to this child who'd been in business a while. Yep, I remember. That's exactly what your family told me. My children would never spill the beans to me unless... What have you done to my family? They had the audacity to bite a human. How uncivilized, So I employed the little ice-breaking trick my father taught me, and it worked. It really was a chatterbox. Started sharing all kinds of fun stories with me. Broke the ice. You just tortured my family. Oh, don't be overdramatic. I don't think it was that bad. At least not enough to be called torture. Why are you doing this? We've never even made a blood bag. Not one. We just wanted to live. We just wanted to live like anyone else. Why are you doing this? Oh, that's... He started and then scoffed himself with a scoff. Maybe he thought whatever he said wouldn't matter. Yeah, as we found out in Canto 4, Hong Lu has a tendency to ignore something when it won't change anything. So his answer was almost flippant. Because you're a blood fiend, what other reason do I need? Wait, what the hell? Oh, we wasted enough time. Shall we begin? I hope to hear many, many stories from you tonight as well. Stories about your family. He produced a silver bottle and swished it in front of the blood fiend, and then, get away, get that thing away from me. What's so scary about this little vial of water? A drop of water falls to the small crack in the vial. As soon as it lands on his skin, he begins to convulse an inhuman scream. The child continued to swish the vial in front of the blood fiend, until he grew so exhausted he could not even scream, and then the child picked up the hammer. That sure was scary, huh? Well, don't help you forget this whole scene. As he shuddered, the blood fiend shuddered helplessly from the sheer horror engraved on his instincts. The child suddenly raised the hammer and brought it down, but I was like, Gah! Oh wow, you can regenerate a crushed leg? You're kind sure? He continued to pummel the legs until the hammer until they're nothing more than shards of bone and such a... What the hell, Hong Lu? But I get it. He's probably trying to figure out where more of them are. So that he may never pursue a human again, so he may never flee from the hunters and was himself again. Then he crushed his arm so he may never grab a human. Ow. Then he held the blood fiend's jaws open and pulled the teeth out. One bite, never bite. Okay, now this is just horrible. How much blood have you drunk to keep regenerating like this? What follows a brutal one-sided beatdown. You're holding out longer than I expected, but struggling won't change anything. Why are you so cruel? I never attack a human. I live like humans do, a normal life. The child shook his head in exasperation, watching the blood fiend trying to speak through his mangled gorns and lips. Oh, why? Oh, wait, you're serious. You're a monster, a beast filled with nothing but yearning for blood. You act like a human, but your nature, that doesn't change. Sure, a few corpses might fill you for now, but sooner or later you won't be able to stand that yearning. Besides, you have other sins to answer for, don't you? What sins? I want to live a quiet life with my family. Whoa, we look at the time. Let's wrap this up. Got it? Okay. The child raised the hammer over his head and slammed it down. And again, so he could no longer regenerate until the sun began to rise. Only when the blood fiend's fingers stopped twitching did the child position the hall smile. Family, huh? That's a good one. I'm sure it mentioned the family only because it didn't know who contacted me to do this job, but that's really funny. He unfolded a tiny piece of paper, dipped his fingers in the pool of blood that filled the room, and drew a red circle. On the paper was a heartfelt request. A contract on the life of a blood fiend that turned one of their family into a kindred before fleeing. Will your Reeve family no longer be your own after you get turned into a kindred? I suppose that's why he protested his innocence at the end, but the child produced several other paper, yet to be circled and read them. He found one of them particularly relevant to what the blood fiend said and folded it. Blood fiends are, at the end of the day, evil from the moment they're born. It is their nature. Quietly left the building, sun rising behind him. He may rest a short while, but it won't be long. It'll be time before he finds true respite. Beneath the surface of the city, blood fiends and their victims skulked within. Whether he wished or not, the child had to behold so many more things about blood fiends in his shimmering eye before he would be able to return. Neat. Okay, so basically what I'm getting is that he actually was contracted by the family of the blood fiend. So the blood fiend was lying, basically. He claims to have only gone on dead bodies and such, but he clearly didn't because he made other family members and such. Which means he had to drink blood from other humans. That's pretty nasty stuff there. I can just use here. Default here. I need to make sure I have as many of these as I can. And the good news is I have more than enough to make these guys work. So we should be able to work with what we've got here. It's a shame to overwrite Heisho Dawn, but there was always going to be another one coming. Alright, so let's see here. Keep Ting Tang Hong Lu. Keep, yeah, these, I might need help with sinking, but actually I've got a few that's going to help with sinking later, so we'll do it this way.
관리인가?
Here we are.
아니면 제 차례인가요?
사후 처리로구만.
예술을
최선을 다해볼게.
Should probably bring a better Merceau, but at the same time... Alright, so let's do it this way, actually. No, there's a better... Alright. Actually, there should be a better Faust, shouldn't there? Yeah, there's a Regret Faust on my list here. Alright, we'll borrow her. Oh, nice. They even have Command Meltdown. That's wonderful. I am very adamantly trying to stick to Command Meltdown as much as possible. So that will be good. And I've got Cavernous Wailing from Hong Lu. Do not worry. So that should work. From here, I can go with these guys. If I ever have to go past this, we're in trouble. But I don't think so, because looking at that list, I don't think it'll be a problem. Yeah, line 1 here looks like the easiest. So I think I should be fine. We'll find out the hard way sooner or later, though. Come for the battle. Prepare for battle. Dominating. Let's go with that one, since that one's a bit trickier for the others. Favored. Only favored, huh? Well, I guess we'll have to go with that. I could also just attack directly into the clashable counter. Regret Faust is favored. Only favored, I guess we can work with that. In that case, let's do it this way. An A-res. Lust and... yeah, I guess Lust might not be a bad idea. So we'll do it this way. That'll get her skill... alright, her skill 3 should get her unique power-up. That should be good. Full of Ashen, welcome. I'm just doing the, Refraction Railway. I've spent a decent amount of time preparing my team for it, so it should be exciting. Violent.
재밌네요.
Oh crap, that's the wrong crap, that's the wrong Yasong. I need to bring Uma Yasong for this first set. I bring Solomon Yasong for the for line 2. Oh no.
관리인가 아니면 애도인가.
Yeah, Uma Yasong for the first set, Solomon for the second.
바로 가시죠.
흑수
시간 체납자인가? 시계 챙기고 징수 곡괭이 챙기고.
제 차례인가요?
Right, and I need to borrow Regret Faust still, so we'll go with that.
준비되었습니다.
제 차례인가요?
제가 사후 처리로구만.
내가 필요. 예술을 보.
There we are.
이게 최선이겠죠?
Yeah, this should be more than sufficient, I think. Here we go. Yeah, first set I'm going to be using a Tremor team, and the second I'm going to be using Sinking. And then I'll use my weird random bullshit go for the last set. Alright, what color is she using? Really? Yellow. I don't have any way to do that. I'm going to have to go with red. I'll dominate that. Dominate this. Dominating, good. Favored. Favored. Yeah, this should be fine.
일기 당천.
Library of Ruin again? Ah, nice. Yeah, I do intend to I must say, I'm very tempted to go through Library of Ruina and Lobotomy Corporation after this game has really pulled me into the world it takes place in. Strictly speaking, from my understanding, Library of Ruina is considered the best one by a pretty good margin, and it's easy to see why. It's got a lot of neat deck building ideas, even just at the glancing Steam page stuff. But Lobotomy Corporation stands out quite a bit because while my understanding is it's very rough and very slow to start, it does have the benefit of being, well, there's very few games that are basically a run-your-own SCP facility like that. Most SCP-inspired or themed games are, favor. Or get fixed. Ishmael, huh? There. Neutral. Ugh. That's gonna be a bit. Then. Risky, but gotta take the risk. I'd love to ruin my old PlayStation account, lost the account. Oh, sorry to hear that. Oh. Here we go.
일기 당천.
Spaghetti Code and Memory Leak sure is fun. Oh my. Yeah, Lobotomy Corporation has a lot of really rough stuff, and I'm told it's very slow to start as well. It's one of those games, even the page itself says it's one of those games where you can go into New Game Plus at any time, which is usually a good sign that there's going to be balance issues. It's going to be early game hell. Damn. Poor Hong Lu keeps losing the clashes. How does her brightness look right now? Only one? Are you kidding me? At least it's dominating everything. That one's the easy ones. That. Dispatching. I've heard good things about Dispatch. It also seems to be one of the few episodic games where they actually released it at a reasonable rate. Dominating. Dominating. Uma song. Let's do this. I definitely need to make sure I have enough pride energy for all this stuff.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Minecraft, I should probably play one of these days, only because that's one of the big legendary games I've never played. I know of its influences. I mean, it's basically the reason crafting systems are so common these days, but at the same time, you're just lobotomies the information. If you know what to do yourself, the game's kind of easy. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, my understanding is basically you're supposed to just research everything, basically lose the first few times, but once you get everything, and you'll know how to run it. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that wasn't much damage as I was hoping. Here, what's this? Target fixed. Targets may clash with expression of love last turn. Fix the damage dealt at target is 0, gain 2 fragile, enter staggered state. So I'm gonna want to have everyone attack before Hong Lu. And I am aware that there's so many information things you could easily on Lobotomy Corp. I could just look all of it up, but at the same time, that feels like it's a bit goes against the general intent, you know. Alright, best to make sure.
정당한 공모집입니다.
It's also, my understanding is also it's not the best at presenting the world lore and such because it was still pretty rough that early on. Library of Ruin is a lot better at presentation from my understanding, so it's a lot easier to follow and as you go along. Dang. Probably should have leveled more people to 55, if not 60 for this, but I think the big thing a lot of people don't forget, especially people who play this game for a while, is that it's actually very resource intensive to raise a new ID. Like, for 1 month, just doing my daily XP farms from the Canto 8 ones, I was able to get my Solemn Lamentia song to the level you see here. Which is, no, it got it to 40. I brought him to 50 today because I did a few extra runs. That's also kind of why I want to do this Refraction Railway here. This will give me a very large boost of resources, and those resources will be very essential to getting my team going, especially since Canto 9 is likely not going to be holding back. Player push success with Sad's expression. All sharp nails are impaling its body. Hug the teddy bear. Reduce clash power. Pass a lust check. Loses some HP. Greatly heals SP. I think I can take the HP penalty. This is as easy as eating the rice cakes. My servants. Sounds good. Yep, easy. Hong Lu gave him a hug. Even his nails dig into Hong Lu's skin. Funny Ting Tang gang leader Hong Lu is probably the better hugger than the Bang Corp. Holy crap. Majors, max level got raised again. Yeah, it's 60 now. I probably could have used all those XP cards to get 1 or 2 people level 60 and really easily won the clashes in this thing, since this was balanced around level 50, but I needed 2 teams, and my backup team is a sinking team, although I'm probably going to have to bring out some of my chargers just to fix that. So it's going to be a weird anomaly of stuff. I've had some people complain that my team is unacceptable for the manager level I'm at, and I do get that. I did use up all my shards on the Walpurgis Knight to get Magical Girl, Rodian, and Dawn, when I probably could have gotten some better ones like Faust here, but taking sinking to the second part. Unfortunately, yeah, believe it or not, I'm well aware of, yeah, I've already seen the enemies that are in the second part. It's gonna be rough there. Basically, I'm gonna be carried by the fact that I have more level 55 units in that one, because stuff like, plus, I do know that it does tank your sanity, but the thing is, I have both Knight Rodian and Magical Girl Dawn in that party, and both of them function perfectly fine at low sanity. So that's my logic. They're absolutely gonna shred my sanity, but in return, my team will function with it just fine. I also know there's some negative power, which is a bit of a pain. Oh, nice. Ting Tang Hong Lu at max sanity is a huge asset. So we're gonna have fun. I probably should have, honestly, I probably should have brought Hanafuda Ishmael to the second one as well, just because I'd call Hanafuda Ishmael my ace character. I don't believe she's the strongest in terms of raw damage. I believe Knight Rodian wins that award, but Ishmael was the one that really got me to go as far as I've been going. Alright, what's this one? Attack weight, clash lose. Alright, so I need to make sure, unopposed. Alright, none of these guys are gonna get their attacks off, so I need to make sure everyone else clashes last. Can she win this clash? Yes, she can. Oh, yeah, change that to dominating. What color does she have right now? Default, so just blue it is. I have to have this last. There we are, there we are. Yeah, I need to make sure the slowest one that does that, because I know rest assured I'm well aware of order of opportunities in this game. Thankfully, while my team is really random bullshit go no matter what I do. Fortunately, I've just been going with whatever IDs I pull, long story short. But they've been good IDs, make no mistake, and I think that's going to be a huge advantage here. They've even got a excellent, haha. Now let's see here what I get. All enemies gain a level. Don't need that. +1 to bleed, tremor, rupture, and sinking. Potency inflicted. This is probably the smartest one. Let's see. Yeah, I think getting additional ones added to coin effects is going to be worth it because I'm using tremor and sinking, and this benefits both. Wait, this affects the entire run, right? Not just the one I'm on right now. I think this will be good then. Next act. Now, I remember this guy from... I swear, this guy was way easier whenever I ran into him in Mirror Dungeon. I don't know why he kicked my ass so hard in the, Okay, good. In that case, yeah, I'm feeling good here. Neutral, favored. Oh, good. Actually, it's good. Everyone's, dominating. This guy, what color does she have? Blue. I don't have enough blue energy, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to default to red. But it looks like she's dominating, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, if he's gonna go unopposed, I should just attack into the shield so that I use it up. Alternatively, I could just do this and offset it. That way he does not get the... Oh no, the combat start's gonna happen anyways, which is gonna be a pain. Well, whatever. I do need gluttony energy, so we're gonna have to do this. I'm just gonna offset this. I know I don't have to, but if I do that, all the other attacks will be unopposed. Oh no, whoops, I can't have this unopposed. Favored. Not ideal, but I think it's gonna be better than... Yeah. It's gonna be better than if, T-Don does it. Yeah, I did uptie a few characters purely to have their, passives available at certain points, so... The game seems to really love giving me IDs for Dawn and, Yasong. Did you do Railway 1 already? I have not, no. I'm doing this one because this one's on a timer. Railway 1 is actually, to my understanding, is permanent now, so I can do that anytime I feel like it. Alright, Honglu, please duel that thing. That should be enough damage without any help, so let's see. Fine. Dominating. Which one of these is most dangerous? The gluttony one might be, so let's dominate that. Otis, which one can you do more easily? This one. Okay, that one I guess it is. Favored. Dawn, can you... Just favored, eh? I guess that'll have to do then. We'll convert it to make our clash power a little easier. Favored, or with this... Actually, now that I've got enough green energy here... Yeah, let's do that, actually. Yeah, this way... Yeah, command meltdown will shield. I know this would be a lot easier with, whatever it's called, Fluid Sac on Faust, but... I like Command Meltdown, and also, it's not that necessary. I should be able to do this with my skill. If not, then if I lose, it's skill issue. I've seen people beat this thing. I know people have beaten this thing with teams that don't even use Faust. So I just need to make sure my skills keep up. Did line 5 in 59 turns. Nice. I imagine you can do even faster now that the 60 cap is here, since it was balanced around level 50 Sinners, and most of mine are 55.
너무 쉽군요.
敵に対して大きな打撃を与え
Excellent.
ます
Good work, Dawn. Oh, nice. Moratorium. That's the reason I like T-Corp, Dawn, and Otis.
아득한 야정.
In most cases, it's going to be significantly more damage than if I did it normally. It's only if the enemy specifically resists Sloth.
답을 구하시길.
Now, I stalled to get my 69, thank you. Oh, dang. Yeah, there is still, while Fluid Sack's definitely better for healing, there are definitely some perks to Command Meltdown, and one of them is Faust gets this nice little shield. Mine had been saved at several points. Blue, huh? Yeah, still blue. I've got a lot of Wrath energy that I don't really need, but not much I can do about that, I suppose. Had to retry a few times getting 50-somethings. Alright, now this looks like a clash at all costs. Dominating. Music's pretty good. Neutral. Favored. I do need to get more Gluttony energy is the thing. Maybe I should have someone else clash these. Oh wow, that's too fast actually. Yeah, I don't know how it got him so quick, but... don't know why it zoomed in on me there. Ever seen this game before? Hello, enthusiastic. This is Limbus Company. It's a gacha game on Steam that is turn-based with cards and stuff. Borrowing is allowed in the railway. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna be borrowing. I did think about borrowing Capra Morceau for this, but in the end I chose to go with Faust here, since I didn't have a good ID for her other than her base, which I've never leveled. And, it's a free game. So, it's a free game that's available on Steam, so you don't have to purchase anything. Even the gacha stuff is honestly a lot more optional than you'd think. Yeah, you can just buy the items from a shop. On Faust, so I should probably do it this way. Here we are, favored. Unopposed. Where's this one? This one attacking. Song. Since I've got the resources for it, let's do it this way. Or no, because I can't do that. People cleared the hottest content of the base IDs. Yeah. Some of them I can easily see, because a number like Yasong and Honglu base are perfectly viable. Even Ishmael's base I was actually able to do some good things with back in Canto 5. However, well, 4 and 5, because I know she gets a huge buff in the others. But you know what I mean. Alright, can I clash this one? No. Who's this one attacking? Oh, they're both attacking him. Oh, dear. Dominating, okay. And where's this? Yeah, they're both attacking him, so there's nothing I can do there, unfortunately. I just didn't roll high enough, unfortunately. Indeed. Yeah, I have not had much time to get this, get these all going. I'm told the battle system here is actually very similar to it as a more simplified Library of Ruinous setup. Kinda neat, if so. I do appreciate all the nuances and neat stuff that the combat has had. It's just kind of a shame that the game's tutorial is so bad at explaining things. Even now, I'm still learning new things about the battle system.
재밌네요.
Excellent. Easy clash win. Gamble. Damage. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. Lasso's aiming straight for us. The lasso, powered by his movements, flies right at us. Who will step forth? Let's gamble. Yep, we won. Lightning fast reflexes, Hong Lu deflects the barb lasso. Ghost Hunter hesitates, surprised by the events. He gains reduced
운은
stats.
실력과도
Wonderful.
연관되어 있죠?
Sinner corrodes and I'm doing a solo. Yeah, in Canto 5 there was a couple I ended up in Noah during the Argonauts crossover it was that I won because I only had Ishmael base left, and so I had just corroded her using the free one from the event, and it won. That was hilarious. Alright, we'll do that here. Oh, wonderful. The knight's been weakened so much that everyone will be able to clash. Alright, so it's dominating. Should be fine. What color card does she have? Red. So, red it is. Dominating. Definitely need to have as much pride energy here as I can. Plus isn't too bad either. There we are.
정당한 공무집행이다.
In fact, I'm using some Season 6 ones against the Season 5 boss is also probably helping me out, I'm not gonna lie here. Oh dang, that was close. Oh good, with each coin he loses it becomes impossible for him to win the clash. There's my ace. I've actually tried solos a couple times, but I haven't gotten very far. With Ishmael, with Hanafuda Ishmael, of course. Her Walpurgis Knight was my first one, and I must say I had a pretty good time, if only because I got some really nice IDs out of it. Although, like I said, I ate all my shards getting Magical Girl, Rodian, and Dawn. I probably should have spent it on the full stop duo or, you know,
다른 작업이 필요한가요?
you know, Regret Faust or something. Oh well, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Oh wonderful, let's all use our skill 3s here. Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice the skill 3 here for both for the Wrath Res, but more importantly, this should activate her Hanafuda bonus. Oh, it might not actually, she only has one bright. That's a bit disappointing. Oh, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And we definitely need more gluttony energy, so let's do that. I guess lust is all I can do. Envy is all I can do for that. Oh crap, the thorns got her. I forgot about that. Tremor burst and concussion. Wonderful. Wonderful. That's good damage there. This fight's almost won. And I can probably save the energy for the next time. Dominating. Dominating. Love to see the dominatings.
정당한 공무집행이다. 최대선.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. My team is far from the most optimal, but it is rather nice. Like, I do know proper Tremor teams typically don't, Excellent, there we are. Now here comes her Kozan. 1, 2, 3. and that took him out. Like 5 bleed and 3 counter enemies max. I'm not running a bleed team, so that's not going to do much. Sinking potency on the target. Deal percent damage at less than 0 without max H, without SP. Rupture skills inflict potency or final power plus 2. Turn end. All enemy parts inflict wrath damage equal to burn. Hit skills charge equal to envy resonance. This would actually be a very good one on my next team because I'm going to have a decent amount of envy and charge on it despite trying to have a sinking team. Although, actually, is there one for Tremor here? Because that would help this team immediately. No. Poise is quite strong in this railway. Not bad then, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have very many. My only poise ID, I believe, is Heisho Gregor. He's good, don't get me wrong, but I'm bringing him for the next team for a number of reasons. Final power, huh? I get deal poise damage. I don't really inflict poise, though, is the problem. I do, however, have a decent amount of rupture because I'm actually using a reasonable amount of Heisho units just because as filler. But at the same time, not as many as I'd like. Meanwhile, the next team actually is sinking. Can I tell you why? Sure, you can tell me why. I'm gonna take some time thinking about this. In fact, let me grab a sip of my drink while you do that. Ah, there we are. One of the later bosses drops a nebulizer. Oh, interesting. So I can either get... It looks like no matter what I get now, it's going to be for a later benefit. So either I get this one now, or I get Sinking now. Because remember, I have Solemn Lament, Knight Rhodian, and I'll probably just borrow an Earl King, and those guys are probably going to be a huge sinking asset right there. So dealing all that is going to be quite nice. Not gain poison, other poison. Burn potent. This one's also tempting because, again, I'm going to be bringing a decent amount of envy characters on the next team. Okay, deal poise, potency, and count. Well, again, I only have one person that actually does this, and he's not going to be one of my ace units. So, while I do have the nebulizer, I'm not sure. Alright, let me just double check with the nebulizer. All allies gain poison, poise count, and activating pride, resonance, get more. But that's only for at the first start of an encounter, and after 4 turns or a few crits, that's gonna be all gone. And I guess I could get a pride absolute resonance, though. Not many, but some. Do you think I could reliably get that, though? Get those pride resonances, because that's going to require some very specific setups. Not one that's impossible for me, but... Actually, I suppose I can, can't I? Especially since, right, Hanafuda Ishmael also has a pride, counter. Very well. Pride resonance, maybe. Oh boy! These don't look like massive pains in the ass. I do have a lot of pride, I will say that much. And also a lot of my units have pride skills. Okay, that was the most obvious joke ever. Those are all 3. Oh. Holy crap, why are these guys so fast? Maybe I should have gotten Capo Merceau. Dominating. Oh wait, what color did Ishmael get? Blue. Are you kidding me? Blue. Oh, whatever. Favored. I'm gonna have to go with favored, I guess. I'm probably gonna have to get rid of... I get the part 1's quite slow with a lot of fat enemies. I see that, yeah. Particularly this asshole. This guy just loves to spam his guard. Actually, this might work to my advantage. Inflict Tremor. Actually, remember, I'm using Tremor units. This could actually work to my advantage, because Tremor units like to have Tremor to use as a charge effect on themselves. Okay, we'll work with this. Now this one, however, our target has burn, coin power. Alright, so let's see how this goes. Oh wow, that was a huge defense. I should have offset that. My understanding is that the second line is the hardest of the 3, especially since for line 3 I can just bring my ace units everywhere. And while it is a random bullshit go team, that doesn't change that they're genuinely strong IDs. Alright, so... Dodge. Struggling, oh dear. Dominating. I don't mind if it's dodged, I guess, but I can worry about that later. Dominating. No, who's faster? Oh no, my entire team is faster, more or less, so... we'll just go with that. Neutral, that is not ideal. Favored, dominating. Neutral, really? That's the best I could do? I do something better here. Yes, I can, actually, so let's do this. Nice thing about Otis's ego in particular is it doesn't use any major resources that I can't afford to lose. Not many of mine use lust, and I make a decent amount of pride, as you can see, so... But I mentioned how much I love Uma Yasang's shield, because holy crap, that thing has saved me. I think during one of my VODs, he was at like 6 HP for half the fight and still won, thanks to that shield. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Oh yeah, a Happy New Year to everyone in chat. And hope you had a good Christmas and happy holidays. I mentioned at the start, but I don't think anyone was there yet, so I was traveling the whole time, so I unfortunately didn't have a chance to play the game while I was out. I have it on my Steam, but not on my phone, I'm afraid, so I was not able to get it there, but I had a good time, and I think that's what matters. Dominating. Might be good to get one of these out. No. Now we need to save that. Dominating. Dominating. Actually, rather than go to here, dominating. Favored, eh? Just favored, huh? I guess if he's unopposed, I should attack into this guy. If I can get that time moratorium to explode with very high damage, it should help out quite a bit. I'm not worried about the sinking as much, since I can work around that. Although I should really take out that enemy first. I was under the impression this enemy would be second. Would be in the second line. That's why I brought my was going to bring my sinking team and generally my units who actually work at negative sanity there. Good damage, good damage. Alright, looks like it is in fact almost dead, so that's good. Yeah, the blue one's dead no matter what. So I can focus on my attention elsewhere. Dominate that. Dominate that. We're gonna offset that so that I can properly attack. What card does Ishmael have right now? Red. Okay, so red it is. Oh, that's a 5-er. Honglu can... Right, but... yeah. Is target fixed? No, it's not. Dominating. Okay, there we are. We are dominating there. Just one attack there will finish it, so I can focus this damage elsewhere. I can probably focus on the shield. Yeah, Faust, please focus on the shield. There you go. Oh, excellent. Yeah, I've heard Molar Otis is better than T-Corp Otis in the general sense, but I never drew her card, so... T-Corp Otis it is. And I'm gonna sit here and say I do genuinely like the time moratorium. Now granted, if it goes on like a 1 HP enemy or one of those random enemies in a generic fight, then yeah, that's got a bit of a pain in the ass, but excellent. That the most frustrating one's down. Alrighty. Alright, first things first, Umiya-san, you can focus on... no, actually, I should probably focus. Dominating, yeah. Actually, I can have him use this here to offset that guard so that Dawn can get past that shield. I'm gonna have 2 people with I know have good damage focus that guy down. Yellow, huh? Okay. Yeah, 2 should... You know what? I really don't want to risk it. Let's do it this way. Yeah, I don't want to risk the fire guy getting another turn in, so I'm gonna eat 3 Sinner's attacks just to ensure that he dies at all circumstances. Yeah, it looks like that might have been the call. In fact, he might still be alive even after this, which is a little bit of a pain. Nope. Ishmael finished it. There. Now we just have the fat tanky one. Dominating. Dominating. Yeah, from here on out I can basically just only worry about generating resources.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Thanks for helping charge my tremor skills, buddy. That was actually really helpful. I'm gonna just win rate.
일기당천 넘고
Fumiya Sang was basically one of my earliest 3 stars, and he has carried like no tomorrow. Oh, nice. Now I can actually get the sinking potency boost. This will be especially powerful in the next one.
必要な戦いであれば
뚫어보이겠어.
This. What's this? The exclamation point? Conditions unmet. Destroy and severable. Destructible, destroyed, and severed person. Now that's interesting. Now, unfortunately, I've already been, I have unfortunately been spoiled on this guy's gimmick. I need to destroy the body, but it seems only these 2 sections are the body piece. The rest are the head, and of course I need to clash those because I really don't want to have to, yeah. Actually, what color does she have? Tell me it's yellow. Yes, it is yellow. And another yellow. Dominating. Dominating. Unopposed and unopposed. This should be good.
일기당천
Yeah, it's barely taking any damage when hitting the head. Makes sense. Oh yeah, 5-hit Kozon.
適した攻撃
Yeah, if you're wondering why Hanafuda Ishmael's my favorite, it's because of how satisfying that move is. Excellent, more Tremor Burst.
재밌네요.
敵が来ます皆さん戦闘の準備を
Okay, only one body part, huh? You're really not making it very fun for me, are you, buddy? Wait, what color does she have right now? Yellow. I don't have a yellow, so I'm gonna have to go with blue, since that forces one anyways. Dominating. Only favored. Gonna have to do it this way, then.
탈출 개체 확인.
Devastate. Ding Dang Ong Lu may be very basic, but how if he doesn't hit some really good numbers? Excellent. Way more than enough to bust through the shields.
もっと効果的な方法が
What's this? That's mine. Flash power for every poise count on self. I think this might be a problem. Target fixed. Okay, so I'm still dominating. Dawn. You know what? Let's use Dawn's magical girl idea just to turn that to a dominating. Next, Otis. Neutral, eh? No point in holding back my egos here. This is the last guy of the set, so if I beat him, I can go on to line 2 and bring out some much more interesting aces. Well, half of the interesting aces. I do genuinely like all the units you see here. Regret Faust is next, so dominating. And this one's aim. Oops. Okay, this one's aiming for Ishmael. What color does she have? It's still blue, isn't it?
이미 입회 중입니다. 제게 말을 거는 건 룰 위반이죠.
Yeah, it's still blue, and I don't have the gloom to perform that, unfortunately. I'd have to use her, I'd have to use her skill 3 a lot more. And the last one is... dominating. There we are.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Damage is significantly more manageable after I beat the... yeah, beat the card.
여행엔
The
목적이
Odyssey had a
있었지.
purpose. I'm definitely gonna be doing Rio shoes, but it might be a week or so before I do so. First of all, because I need to level my IDs more, and also, well, maybe I can do it this weekend. It just depends how much I can, get going, I think.
정의보다도 푸른 자여, 사랑보다 붉은 자여, 운명 속에 파묻힌
Go,
그
Magical
이름을
Dawn.
여기서 빛을
Unleash the
내자.
Queen of Hatred's
우리
power.
앞을 막는 증오스러운 존재들에게 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 사랑의 힘을 보여줄 것을.
I'm told anyone who's played Lobotomy Corp very much has a grudge against this particular, abnormality this one draws power from. Of course I fail both, why wouldn't I? Still, can't say no to this kind of damage. It's all on a single target after all. Dominating. Alright, in that case, I'm gonna have to do it this way. My hardest hitting attacks. All on the body. Pretty sure this is gonna force end the turn. If not, then wonderful, but I'm pretty sure it will, so we're gonna do it this way. Yeah, we'll do it this way.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
3월.
엠하!
최대전. 벌써 버벅이나?
I may have cheesed her a bit though. Oh my. Sadly, I do have heard there was... the Lobotomy Corporation was supposed to have 4 magical girls, but apparently one of them got left out. I am familiar with the Apocalypse Bird, and that all their components can fuse together to become an even stronger enemy. Apparently the magical girls were planning to do the same thing, but the 4th one never got added, until Library of Ruina, which is... here we go. The person. And the person is the weak point. Ruina has them all. Ah, nice. Yeah, there's a lot in Ruina that would probably help explain stuff here, like when Ujat Otis's banner was revealed, there was the comments all, OMG, I'm literally shaking right now, and I'm all, oh man, I totally recognize who this character is. What this faction being referenced is. Yeah, it wasn't working that well. Actually, maybe I should shuffle it while offsetting that. Combat start. You know what? Don't offset that, actually. Rather, we're going to be doing it this way. Just attack with everyone's strongest hitting attacks. That's this one. This one. This one. This one. Granted, I did look them up on the Ujat's faction on the Library of Ruina wiki afterward, but unfortunately there wasn't much information there either. It just said grade 1 fixer, or a group, except they only answer to one specific target. Only one specific person. I guess, now granted, Otis does have an LCA, which is a Limbus company title, so that is something to make note of, but I guess I'll have to wait till the story explains it to me, because don't want to ask about it or look too deep when, well, the Canto's likely gonna have it as a big deal, you know? Same with a lot of the fingers. Like, I didn't, before I knew that the fingers were gonna be involved with this one, I was under the, I only knew about the ones that were introduced here, as well as some general stuff that was mentioned offhand, like how some of the Uptie stories mentioned the index. Absolutely none of them mentioned the pinky, so there's way more info about them. DD. I'm not familiar with DD, I'm sorry. But good to, yeah, I figured there was something important, given how much people were freaking out. Huh, I wonder if, I guess this is how people felt when, and Deltarune had that big update, and I got excited being all, oh dang, I know exactly what this is calling back to. Even though on the surface it's just a screen of a normal area. Ah. Great skull roars, rears its head without creaking, eerie cackle. Underneath the calmed air, reverberates explosive energy. The skull's preparing to launch a powerful attack. Yet it overstrained itself. The body cracks and wavers, giving us an opening. Might be better to attack the opening rather than waiting to attack us. What should we do? Attack the body. Select this to weaken it, but raise its damage. As nice as protecting allies were, I get the sense I'm gonna want to kill it. Fortunate sinners decide to attack first. The Kraken's body grows even further. In that moment, a pair of eyes peering at me in their darkness of the bones. The enemy resistance is weakened. For this turn, Refracted deals 100 damage on critical. Alright, I'm definitely gonna need this as a shield. And lucky for me, she's just fast enough to be the one to clash it. Everyone else... Yeah, I know there's a lot of written materials that explains a good bit about the universe in this game, which is great, but I'm afraid I'm not going to be as familiar with it. Let's go with here, here. I believe this one's going to be stronger. Here we go. Thankfully, the fact it's so slow means I can capitalize on it. If I can, if I can hit that stun, that'd be wonderful. That basically mean I'd win right here and now. Yep, I think we got it. If it's stunned, then it's over. I've won. My sinner should have absolutely no trouble dealing. Yeah, this is fine, honestly. It's still stunned, and it's gonna take a nuke damage at the end of the next turn. So yeah, it's over. Command meltdown.
아득한 여정, 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
Oh dang, it still did damage even though it currently has time. Oh yeah, because only one section has time moratorium active. Oh dear. I think we might have lost Faust with that. Oh no, we didn't. And you know why? Remember how I said I love the shield that Command Meltdown gives you? That's there's a demonstration right there of why I love it. My own Faust has been saved by it many, many times. Let's see. I think I'm gonna want to get an A resonance here.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Alright, all this damage is gonna be delivered at the end of the turn. It should be... This should straight up kill it. All the absorbed damage plus 30% more, and if it's weak to Sloth, which I don't remember if it is or not, it'll take even more. Yep, it's dead. Line 1 is complete. Ego skills are stronger. All allies gain 5 points. Ah, here you are, the nebulizer you mentioned. Yeah, I think this is going to be good then, since I built specifically for it. The enemy also only gains 1 level out of it, so that should be nice. Actually, people were joking that after one team, the Bones claiming Intervalo was an Ojat. Oh, I don't remember that one. Here we go, Section 2. Now this one's gonna, my understanding is this one is very, very difficult. Alright, I can get rewards now. Claim all. Level boost ticket. Raise identities, level up to 50. Excuse me. I know exactly which one I'm going to be using this on. Dawn. Here we are, level boost ticket. Level 50. There we are. Wonderful. Dawn is now at a functional level. I was going to use Magical Girl Dawn at the next one, but I think I might actually want to bring Pack Dawn. I should bring, I'm gonna be borrowing Earl King for this. Unfortunately, I do know that the boss at the end is a negative coin one, which is gonna be a pain in the rear, but I think it's going to be worth it given my win condition. A Sommelment song here is gonna be my win condition for this team. Let's bring him to 60. Probably should have brought Ishmael to that 50 as well. You know what? Let's do that. Actually, why Earl can't we get someone stronger? I guess that is a good point. My team. I'm gonna be bringing my strongest ID for here is this one here, and I guess I should level her up. Just straight up a very powerful unit. To my understand... Now, W Corp Ryoshi here was straight up my first unit. My first 3-star pulled, period. So, I definitely think she's gonna be worth it. Now, as you can see here, I do intend to raise Night Owl's Capitano eventually, but I don't have the resources right now, so... Heisho Gregor is pretty much the one carrying me there. Nemtal is also very strong. Yes, she is. I'm just going for this one because, let's just say let's call it personal reasons and leave it at that. Because she's a genuinely fun ID. I could also, if I have her first, I do have Multicrack Heathcliff, so I can use him to power her up, so that even if I have no other chargers on the team, she'll be a very powerful asset on her own. That should be quite nice, I think. Here we are. Dawn. The nice thing about Dawn is that she does lower the enemy's clash power, or even if they're an abnormality or something that doesn't normally benefit. Although thinking about it, I could also borrow the, maybe Ojette Otis? I want Sinking Tremor. Oh, believe me, if I had her, I would. Unfortunately, Otis is one of those characters that waited a while to give me a good one, so T-Corp Otis was my only good one. Granted, it could be worse. Say hello to the dire state of my Merceau IDs. This is why I usually borrow my friend's Capo Merceau. That said, I do want to raise all the 7 Association IDs, even though I know they're all weak, but I do like their detective agency aesthetic, and I think that's just really neat. And to 7 Association Faust's credit, her only crime is that she was power crept by Faust. And let's be real here, if your only crime is that you were power crept by a unit that was straight up a mistake, that's not your problem. Funniest team I have is the middle. Oh yeah, I have Middle Merceau right here. I use him as a support. Yeah, I use him as a support for, middle Sinclair and, Magical Girl Dawn. But I think I'm gonna be best off dedicating to sinking here, given I got the sinking damage increase. And, well, it does suck that I'm gonna be fighting a negative coin enemy. What doesn't change is that I deal more damage to the enemies that are negative sanity. It doesn't matter if they're benefiting from negative sanity, just that they are. And that's gonna be a lot of damage. That's my plan, and that's the plan, anyways. Refraction Railway time. Continue travel. Finished thanks to the middle trio. Oh, nice. I've only gotten to floors 8 and 9 so far. Ah, right, we have copies here. That's gonna be a little annoying. I can't use him because I already used him, but that's fine. The entire reason I Uptie 3'd off paying off his fixer was to use his bench passive. I'm gonna have to use default Otis for this. Tink or Ring Otis I might be nice just at some point just for their passives, but I'm not gonna be able to do that right now. Ishmael, I'm gonna have to go vanilla. Now, Rodian, however, clear selection completely right now. Yeah, Gregor here. Solemn Lament. Solemn Lament, I'm pretty sure, is gonna be my win condition right now. And of course, let's see if anyone has Udjat Otis, actually, like you said. I was gonna grab someone else to synergize with the team, but yeah, Otis is the call if anyone here has Udjat yet. Actually, doesn't look like it. Huh. Alright, Faust. Time to use my main Faust, which is Wuthering Heights. As you might guess, she is dedicated support. Yeah, actually, if you're offering, I'll gladly take it. Save progress and go back, please. Aisho Dawn I actually got because I was very close to the season ending when I got back from my vacation, but I did luckily manage to get her. Just at the last minute. Isn't she adorable? And she fits well with my sinking team. Better than Magical Girl Dawn, at least. Don't get me wrong, Magical Girl Dawn is a lot of fun, but nobody uses her for sinking infliction. Here we are. Yeah, if anyone wants to add me, feel free. Yeah. Interestingly, this means Solemn Lament Yasong gets the honor of being my first level 60. It probably should have been Hanafuda Ishmael, but she's gonna be next. Don't worry. I intend to get all my main ones. I know my team's a little random bullshit go at this point, but I'm slowly getting my team together. Slowly. Like, during Canto 8, I finally got Cavernous Wailing going, so I was able to have my team get the Tremor Reverb to get some good damage boosts there. That was rather nice. It also did help out a lot against Uma Wei. Holy crap, Uma Wei was a pain in the ass. He ended my run when I did my first Mirror Dungeon run ever, which was on stream, by the way, so if you look at my YouTube VODs, I believe my YouTube VODs still have it. Though, sadly, the one on Twitch expired since that goes away after 2 weeks, but the YouTube ones stay as long as they want. But yeah, he ended my run hard. And he actually kicked my ass even when I did Spring Cultivation with my new team here. I came down to the wire. Already sent? Oh, thanks. Ah, here we are. Accept. Thank you very much. Feel free to borrow it in my... Oh, I should check out mine while I'm here, too. These are the ones I offer right now. These are all... I should probably switch... I might want to switch Uma for... No, I usually... Yeah. I had Uma Yasang up here because a friend had also started the game. And I felt Yasong would be... Uma Yasong would be better for soloing the first 4 cantos because, he's got a bit of everything. Good damage, good... Ah, nice. Yeah, he's got good damage, good shields for survivability. Yeah, he can blast whether or not you have Lord Honglu. Oh yeah, I did not get Lord Honglu, by the way, unfortunate. Actually, I haven't gotten many good Honglu's, as you can see in general. Ting Tang I got from the free new manager, the 3-star selector, and the next one I think is Fang Hunt Office. This one looks like a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna raise him at some point, but right now he's only Uptie 3 for the passive to give the rest of the team. Especially since I do know that, yeah, the line 3 is gonna be entirely against Lord Lu's L55. Yeah, well, you can tell that I just got done with the stuff here. Alright. Refraction Railway, line 5. Continue our travels. This should be good. Yeah, Otis. I forget these go by... I forget the list on the left here. It goes by Sinner number, not their list on the other ones. Here we are. Here we go, Ujat. Thank you very much, my friend. I'll make very good use of this power. Alright, so, okay, so let me check what his passive does. What slot I need to be in. Charging module installation. Number of first deployed ally charge count plus 5. So, W Corp Ryoshu must be first. There's no argument there. Then I can have these 1,
부르신다면 복제팀의 협조가
5,
필요한 거지?
6. Right. And the rest of these are going to be backups.
H사와 형님과 누님들을 위해.
네. 문제 없어요. 네.
Hopefully it won't go to that point, but I'm ready.
하나씩 차근차근 그어서.
Oh, don't worry, game. My team is more than ready for this. It's a shame I had to overwrite the Heisho Dawn loading screen, but like I said, I do hope to make good use of Fang Hunt and Honglu at some point. I think these are target fixed. Actually, they're also very, very fast, so that's going to be a bit of a pain. At least Dawn's fast enough I can target whoever I feel like with her. Oh dear. That might be a bit of a pain. Or is it? I notice my resources remain. I should probably use Resonante, actually, just to be safe here. Dominating. Alright, who's targeting Otis? This one. Ooh, the Solemn Lament. Favored. Can I get that dominating? No. Alright, any resources that can force it. You know, I got plenty up here. Otis should survive with protection. Pretty easy, but then again, why risk it? Now, who's targeting... Oh, nobody's targeting her. Well, I do need to get her into negative sanity mode, so let's do this. I can't clash anything except... No, I can, actually. Yeah, I can clash this one. Power guard it. This unit has the Vanguard gain protection. You know what, maybe I should... Yeah, we'll just do it this. Maybe I shouldn't be using my egos too much this early on. Faust, who's targeting Faust? This one. Hopeless, oh dear. We can't have that, now can we? Favored, only favored, are you kidding? Okay, now that's dominating. And this will give everyone some sanity, so that's gonna be good. Dominating, easy. And his song. Dominating. Looks good to me. Don't forget Dawn needs to counter. Oh, right. She needs either to counter or have her, yeah, she has to either use her skill 3 or use her counter in order to activate her horns. But thank you for the reminder. As you saw, I only just got her up to speed. I was just using her passive because I didn't have the XP cards for her before. Damn it. That's a full... I should have known full stop would be a bit of a problem. Unfortunately, since Dawn got stunned, she has no possibility of countering, which is a bit of a pain. But what you gonna do? Yeah, the full stops are definitely the big threat here. I don't know why I wasn't focusing them hard. I mean, who's really afraid of Twin Hooks Gregor? Seriously.
効果的な攻撃でした。
Oh, she's using an ego. Blind obsession. Okay. Well then, that's a 5. Alright then. Unopposed. Is this unclashable or something? Well, if skill 3 can one-shot, it can. Oh dear. Is this unclashable or something? Yeah, oh no. No one is fast enough to clash this. Ah, except for Rodian. Struggling, oh dear. Yeah, I have no possibility of surviving this. Wait, that's 5 aggro and oh dear. This might have been a bad idea. Am I able to restart this without restarting the entire railway? I might have to restart this without restarting the entire railway. Adage. This stage is a checkpoint. Alright, so I can die here, and... Okay, so I can retry stage. You know what, let's just do that. I already claimed the rewards from the first one, but I don't want to have to do it again.
敵に変化が見られます。
Yeah. For counter, that's going to lose. I swear, if she gets... hold on. Is she weak to... Which is she weak to again? Pierce. Oh dear. That's going to be a problem, especially since I can't possibly outspeed. Holy crap, how is there 8 such speed? And of course I need to get Rodian into defense mode, so I have to... Basically, this entire team needs to have everyone go into defense mode, doesn't it? That's gonna take a bit of... This would have been fine if this wasn't the first stage. Sheesh. Now, which one's targeting specifically the Ishmael? Yeah, dominating easy enough. Otis. Dominating. Full stop to no one's attacking Rodian. No, no one's attacking. Jill with only 4 speed, that's not going to be doing much. Might be good to focus on this one of the full stops. Go with Hong Lu because I know he can reload Heathcliff. Oh wow, Dawn won that exchange. Fine. Oh wow, that almost killed her in one go. Nice. Alright, this is going much, much better, I'd say.
멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
There we are. A bit painful, but nothing I can't handle. Damn it! They really love to stun Dawn because they deal. Well, it's because they deal pierce damage, and Dawn is weak to pierce. But I don't want to remove Dawn. Gonna have to use this here then. Lovely. Who's he aiming primarily at? Rhodian. Oh, that's her skill 3. She might actually be able to win this exchange because that... Yeah, skill 3. She might be able to win this. We'll have to see. It's a big if, though, because she has a good shot at it, at least. But, this is not looking good. Oh, dang. 2 people are staggered, though. Gotta take advantage of this, but first things first. Dominating, dominating, dominating. Alright, we'll dominate this. Favored. Actually, that's going for Otis, so you know what? Let's go with this. Is this one also going after Otis? Oh dear. This might be a bit... You know what? I think I'd rather kill the full stop if I'm given a choice here. Alright, we're gonna get an A-res here. Let's see how this goes. Otis can take it, she has protection. Right. Excellent, she won that exchange, and because of that, I think we've just won the fight. Dang, you were not kidding about Otis. Maybe I will pull for her. I was thinking of sharding her after the, after it ended, though. After all, we're gonna get a ton of new shards. Only thing is, if I get 2B... Well, actually, it's more like 2P. 2P Faust, I don't really have much use for her. Not unless we get more... Granted, I guess the whole point behind Index Faust is that we're going to be getting a lot more Index IDs throughout the season, so getting her now could reasonably be a good investment in the future. I guess I'll think about it, but excellent. Excellent. That's another ego coming in. Solemn Lament. 6, huh? So I actually can beat it with some of these, if I'm smart. Actually, no. Can I beat this with regular? Favored. So, possibly, but... I don't like to play dice with that sort of thing. Not when the whole run might be on. Ah, dang. Well, luck giveth, luck take it away. Alright, dominating, let's go with that. Struggling, oh dear. Finish him off then, please. Dawn... Hopeless, oh dear. Struggling. Holy crap, Dawn, what's going on? Still has her horns at least, but holy crap, that's awful. Struggling. You know, maybe I should do this power counter on this. Hold on. How's her resistances look? She can resist it. It's an ego. Yeah, that's an ego, alright. Dimension Shredder. Dangerous, but can I win with this? Neutral. It is entirely up to dice if I do that. Can't Otis take while someone takes the other one. Favored, yeah, that is true. Let's see if I can get someone else to eat this and survive. Oh, that's because speed 6. That's why I wasn't, favored. Okay, yeah, that might work this way. It's very risky, but I think it might be worth it.
이쪽으로.
There we go.
여행은
Alright, now that we just have to worry about the other ego. It does basically no damage since he's over half HP, but I think canceling the ego matters more than anything right now. Excellent. Okay, he should be... I'm not sure why he wasn't stunned, but whatever. Yeah, there's a reason I like W Corp for Ryoshu a lot. By the way, Keisho Dawn's Uptie story was rather interesting. Like, you see those horns around her battering ram weapons? Apparently those aren't actually, those aren't decoration or part of the weapon. Those are... She basically makes horns come out of her body Wolverine style. And another ego. Land of Illusion. That one shouldn't be as bad to break. But I think it might be in Rodian's best interest to do that, yeah. Orglakia, I actually think I can handle that one with just, Eh? Oh, weird. Alright, this is going to be a bit risky since these are just favored, but I think that should be worth the risk. Damn it. Damn it, that was not worth the risk. This is going to kill the entire team, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a case of if I lose one, it's over. I don't think I have any possible way to cover from this. Okay, never mind. It didn't do as much damage as I was worried. 40 damage between two is just 20 damage apiece. Oh, right. Faust has her shield. The one I love so much. Now that one won. What is cast? There. How do you survive, you asshole? Well, I'm glad I did it that way. That's not an ego, so we're safe. That's good here.
나아가주게.
Yeah, the stun made that a lot easier. Right, we still have wave 2, don't we? Oh. Starting it from the number 7 to deploy. At the start, heal SP, gain to attack or counter. If the enemy's defeated, gain 2. When hit, gain 2 offense on the turn. When hit by a skill, enemies gain 1 of the following. Move the first stagger threshold. I'm sorry, remove the first stagger threshold. Wouldn't that mean, like, Knight Rodian now has absolutely 0 stagger? In other words, my Knight Rodian would no longer be capable of being staggered under any circumstances. Either she's alive or dead and nothing else. Holy crap. I'm gonna read some of these others, but I have the feeling I know which one I'm gonna want. On hit, if the enemy lost HP, heal HP. Equal damage dealt, allies lose bleed count. Bloody Banquet. Given where I'm going to be eventually fighting the Blood Fiends, I'm gonna have to grab this one eventually, but I think this might be better, or just to make them tankier. This one's nice just for the damage, but I don't trust not being able to... I don't trust not getting staggered instantly. So we're gonna do this. Remove everyone's first stagger threshold. Again, do what you just did. You have another crushing blow in you, right? Looks like these are mostly the Kirakumo clans. Okay, yeah. The healing one's also fun. I'll have to keep that in mind then. Alright, first things first, who's targeting who? Dawn's being attacked by Honglu. Man, these ones all have an A-res.
오제트의 눈은 아군의 방어 취약점을 놓치지 않지.
Unopposed. Oh no, that's this guy. Favored. Otis is being attacked by this guy. Struggling, oh my. Favored, there we go, that's a lot better. Yeah, the healing one also looks very promising, that's for sure. Eight. Six here, favored. Just favored. Struggling, oh dear. Alright, we'll go with this one. Dominating. Pretty sure I can win a clash against the bozos here. Apparently I shouldn't have been as sure as I thought I was. My. Is that an ego? No, that's not an ego, so why is it such a pain in the ass to clash? Or guys bleed, get additional crit chance. Okay, so what? Neutral, is that really the best I can do? Guess it's gonna have to do for now. Damn it! Oh, this is a cool. This is. At least the good news is they're all getting. Oh, I see. They all have ridiculous amount of sanity. Is why. At least by winning clashes, I'll be lowering their sanity. And because I'm not coming in fresh like before, my teammates actually do have a reasonable amount of their own sanity. How are you losing that? Okay, there we are.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
But his cast isn't that great, but it wins clashes, and that's all you need for. Maybe there's a secret to it that I'm not sure about. Oh, come on, how the hell are you getting... Poor Dawn, she's been horribly unlucky this entire time.
예측한 대로. 전술 시야 전개.
Maybe I should have brought Magical Girl Dawn after all. Sheesh. Yeah. Fluid Sack's pretty powerful. I'm well aware how powerful Fluid Sack is. In fact, some have even stopped by and warned me that the game is balanced assuming you're using it because it's just so overpowering. Dawn, could you please finally win this clash? Now, granted, I'm not sure if that's actually true, because, like I said, I know, Hopeless. Alright, do I have something good here? I do have something good. Wow. No offense, but is it just me, or do the WoW egos seem a little disappointing? Holy crap, how are you so bad at this? Who's the primary target of this thing? Her second ego is better. Oh, for Clash, definitely. Dominating. There we are, you're... Thank you. Let's see, Ryoshu. Oh yeah. She looks pretty nice with that little helmet on. I do like how the characters actually wear the full body armor and when their specials are active like that. Like how T-Corp Dawn also puts on the T-Corp helmet.
말해주지 않아도 이미 허점을 파악했다.
She even gets a filter to show she's talking through the helmet.
아군의 방어 취약점을 놓치지 않지.
They're not unbreakable coins, which is good. That would have been a pain in the ass if that was the case. Now, who's this attacking? Ryoshu. Dominate there. I don't have many sources of healing in this team, though, so I need to make sure I get as many gluttony attacks in as I can. Who's this targeting? Oh, she can take it. She's got protection. That also means I can do it this way. Alright, I need to make sure that Heathcliff dies.
쓸데없는 관심.
There, go, Fox Girl Otis. There we go. Holy crap, yeah, everything's getting ridiculous amounts. The enemies are getting ridiculous free amounts of sanity. I'm glad I brought my sinking team for this one. Nice. Look at that. That's another down. Reindeer Rhodium puts a bucket with flashing lights. Yeah, Reindeer Rhodium is memed on for not being very good, but I have to be honest, she's hilarious. Oh, thanks for the follow. I stream just about anything here, so feel free to stop by if something catches your eye. Hopeless. Ugh. I hate using too much gluttony. I don't have many sources of it on this team. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Now, who's this one attacking primarily? Ryoshu. Neutral. Ugh. Not ideal, but... Well, I do have the energy to use her ego against it, so yeah, let's dominate it. Dominating. Dawn, please finish off this jerk. Oh no, actually, have her finish that one and finish. There we are. This should work. Actually, no, let's switch them. Dawn, take out this one with less HP. Yeah, Rhodian, take on this one with more HP. I think this should be sufficient. Let's go.
쓸데없는 관심. 필요 없다.
Also, I just wish Reindeer Rhodian had inflicted 2 or 3 blunt resistance down, because that'd be really nice for a blunt break. The Envy Resonance team, since they're pretty much entirely blunt. Oh, excellent, another stun. Oh, wow. Yeah, Solomon Yasong is definitely earning his keep. Yeah, you're not getting your ego off this time, buddy.
무불아위.
Dimension Shredder. That's gonna be tricky if I can't do something about it. Who's the main target? Faust, of course, the one who can't fight back very well. Even defense is straight up not going to do anything. Yeah, the target needs 10 sinking, and I straight up don't have that. I'm sorry. Hopeless. Yeah, there's absolutely no way I can do this. I could... Oh, but I'm fast enough that I can interrupt here. This one's target. Yasong. Okay, he can deal with that. Yeah, dominating. He can handle Sinclair. The German boy is not going to be an issue until he goes into his phase 2. Yeah, Dawn off his fixer Sinclair isn't threatening until he reaches his next phase. Fluid Sac. I guess she saw that I wasn't using it and decided to try and show me why it's so good. Lovely. This is not looking good. Favored. Okay, that's a little better. Granted, Dawn hasn't been having much luck here lately in general, but there's not much I can do about that. Struggling. Not much I can do there, I guess. Here we are, favored. The A resonance might help a little. Alright, that's working fine. Okay, enemy dead. Okay, lucky me. Okay, yeah, this should take him out.
여행엔
Yeah.
목적이 있었지.
Why do they always choose the annoying?
모든 걸 걷어들일 순 없었어.
저 로신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고!
I'm definitely gonna have to pick the healing one after this, I can tell you that much. I do not have the gluttony energy in order to power her meltdown even as a secondary heal.
敵は壁を覆っています。
Oh dear, one of them's corroded? Indiscriminate, yeah. Lifetime stew. No clashing. Is this really the best you can do, Dawn? Ugh. Dominating, at least that one's good. Do at least have enough, more than enough sloth energy for this. Yeah, both of these are indiscriminate. Might be good to just take one out, I guess. Actually... Lifetime stew, if it's an ally, it heals them for some burn stacks. In that case...
나아가주게.
That was not as bad as it could have been, but it was still pretty bad. Go, Dawn! Stun him! There we go. Yeah, you can tell I don't have most of these egos. Some of them I do have a general idea what they do, hence why I need to stop fluid stack at all costs, but... of loyalty. Oh yeah, I'm also using Fiddle
모든 걸
Sinclair.
걷어들일 순 없었어.
Oh, dang. Took him out instantly. Nice. Well, as long as I'm killing enemies, that's still less damage outputs. Alright, that's another one. That's 3 down in 1 turn. Wonderful.
敵は深手を負っています
Middle Merceau. Okay, so they decided to go full middle team here. Understandable. Have a nice day. Dominating. Favored. Gonna have to take that, I guess. Now, which one do I never want to have attack again? I'm gonna have 2 on...
내가 눈에 새겨줄.
Now, she shouldn't self-destruct here, which is good, because if she does, I'm dead. Okay, good, that's done. Chains of Loyalty. Sorry, buddy, that ain't happening. Oh, come on, really? Oh, phew. That failed coin. Saved my ass. That's another down. Go, Dawn. Finish him. Damn it, Dawn. Hopeless. These are both using egos. Alright. I suppose it'd be fitting to have him take out himself. Dominating. Excellent. Here we are. This song proved his ego is better than yours.
무엇이라 생각하시오?
On that note, I have noticed the past few cantos have been having a powered up version of the base egos to defeat the enemies, so okay, yeah, I'm glad I decided to have Rodian attack just to be safe. But yeah, him powering up one, so it'll be neat to see if Ryoshu powers hers up for it. It's pretty good. Now,
지킬 게 많거든. 예측한 대로. 혹시 퇴거하시죠.
excellent, there we are. Now, where's the healing one? The enemy lost HP, heal equals 10% damage dealt, allies lose 3. Yeah, the healing one I'm definitely gonna want here. Enemies are gonna be a little more durable, but I think it's worth it.
戦いであれば
Here we are. Yeah, this guy loves... Okay, good. Dominating all of them. Arya Song. Dominate. 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 Finally, Dawn's really coming into her own. Dominating. Dang, we're all doing well now. But I realize this is just the calm before the storm. All hell's gonna break loose soon enough. But I'm not too worried. Go, Dawn.
억제 성공. 진짜. 격발.
Oh, phew, that was a close one. Sinking doesn't do anything on abnormalities usually, but that's why I like Dawn. Alright, does Dawn have her horns? No, she does not, so I'm gonna have to shield at something. This is gonna be a little bit of a pain, if we're completely honest. Although I do need to get energy. No, I need to get the counter here. I could probably win against that, so we'll go with that one. Favored. Dominating. Sinking team. Hello, Promothu, and yes, it is. Dominating. Yeah, let's make sure we dominate these just to reduce the damage taken to the best of our ability. The team I beat the first one with was a Tremor team, and so this one's, well, a kind of sort of Tremor team. I'm still a mostly new player, so I've been using a lot of IDs that I've been getting. So a lot of this has been random bullshit go, I'm not gonna lie. Dominating. And dominating. These are negative, right? Yes.
내가 눈에 새겨줄.
There we are. Solemnity Sang is pretty much my win condition for this team. But Dawn does a lot by reducing the enemy's clash power even if they have no sanity, like this guy here. Should be helpful, I think. A little painful, but not the worst we've had to deal with. There we go. Go, Dawn. Also new player. Dog, you're doing R5. We're just speedrun the game. I actually joined a few months ago, actually.
本当に嬉しいです。
I guess I'm not sure. I probably don't qualify entirely as a new player, but it's a... Yeah, basically I joined during the Arknights collab for self-explanatory reasons. But the game was really engaging and it's really pulled me into the game world, so I want to see a lot more of it, so that's why I'm staying through here. But yeah, my team is a bit of random bullshit go because it's a matter of what I got, plus plus someone who kindly offered their Uja to Otis, who I must say has been a huge help. It's amazing, I love it. With all that focus on her. Oh, everyone's 4, so... Oh, nice, actually. Almost everyone can clash something. Yeah, I only barely beat Canto 8 by the time Canto 9 came out, so... I decided I should probably use the resources obtained from this thing here, from Refraction Railway 5 in order to get some more people to 60 so that I'll be a bit more prepared for Canto 9. I would say Earl King Heathcliff might have been better. Potentially, but I felt that, yeah, someone in chat offered to help, and I figured, you know what, why not? Plus, I've been wanting to try out Ujat Otis so far. I've not seen her in action yet, so I figure, you know what, why not? Could be fun.
아군의 방어 취약점을 놓치지 않지.
Favored. Bit tankier and the cool, unique sinking. Yep. Butterfly. Yeah, Butterfly and Blue Sand are basically going to be hurting the enemy. Plus, on enemies who do have sanity but like to be negative sanity, yeah, strictly speaking, Uja Otis will ruin their day since she actually gives positive sanity to anyone who has negative coins, which is kind of neat. I thought part of the reason I wanted Heisho Dawn is because she has the ability to lower the clash power of enemies who do not have sanity, which is pretty nice. Also, she's adorable. So, plenty of reasons to love Heisho Dawn. Dominating. I guess I can deal with a favored. Dominating. I'm gonna need some more fight energy. Since I'm not opposed anyway, I'll do it this way. Oh, nice. Yeah, you weren't kidding about the healing one being useful. It's all meant to sound just insane. Yeah, Walpurgis Knight 7 was the first one he'd ever experienced, and he was the one who came home. Knight Rhodian, Magical Girl Dawn, all those I had, and the Ego, all those I had to actually shard. I realized I didn't make the smart decision, so I probably should have focused on a particular team rather than just IDs I particularly thought were neat or had a fun gameplay gimmick, but that's been working out. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be a pain. Now let's see if I remember this gimmick here. Indiscriminate target fixed. So I can't... These units fail to attack the target, cancel the skill. Okay, so basically I'm telling me I should focus this guy. If he manages to kill them, he gets a lot of stuff I know I'm gonna hate. Designated target fire. Everyone but very few maxed. Now, a while ago, I had someone insist that my team is completely unacceptable, given the point of the game that I'm at, and I can kind of see that. For the record, I only just got Heisho Dan going with the resources I got from this very Refraction Railway. But prior to now, I did not. Oh wow, these guys have a ton of shields, so I can't kill them early. Alright, I think it might be in my best interest to just ignore these idiots here. And focus entirely on killing this thing. How does the Tremor team look like? It's a lot worse than this, but that's also why I put that through the first railway. Basically, it revolves around Cavernous Wailing, but it's used on Ting Tang Honglu, and for other Tremors, I also have T-Corp, Dawn and Otis, and Uma Yasang, basically. The rest... Oh, and Rose Spanner Merceau is the support. So, not exactly ideal, but I've slowly been adding stuff to it. Like, I did finally get Cavernous Wailing going after I beat Canto 7. So now it's starting to look a bit more like a real one. No L'Assault. Sadly, no, I was not able to get Leheng Merceau, but Rose Spanner did at least lower the enemy's clash power based upon that, so I figured that plus the, what's the healing eagle called, his Pursual. Yeah, I figured that would be decent, especially since I'm not using Fluid Sac. Again, as a reminder, I joined for the Arcanites collab, so I'm not taking this off, buddy. Yeah, I wonder if I should just focus everything on that guy. Maybe. Although I can also do... Actually, it might be a good idea to clash one of these here. Yeah, clash one of these and have Dawn clash this. And have... Yeah, I need to make... Having half the team focus this guy is a bit much, but I think it's worth it just to make sure that he doesn't get that ally killing effect off. Oh, come on. Oh, crap. Am I out of ammo? Okay, no matter. It's good. We good. Haha. Sadly, I won't be able to get any of the Season 6 IDs, so no Lord Honglu to match the Heishos I got, but it is what it is. Plus, hey, I could get Camille Merceau, Streamer Merceau. That could be fun. We could watch him stream while I'm streaming. That's definitely not stupid, right? I'm honestly surprised they gave Camille's ID to him. But no complaints, I suppose. If they make a lot of the IDs in this game very, very, very entertaining. I love it. That's part of the reason. And I got some of them, I'm not gonna lie. Although, I did also raise a middle Merceau because I have a decent enough for the enemy team. Okay, good, yeah. He canceled his attack. Okay, yeah, these idiots do basically no damage. I don't need to worry about them. Target readjustment. Alrighty, time to focus this guy. Dominating. Yeah, I can dominate that. Yeah. Yeah, I want these three attacking this guy. I might even want 4 for completely honest. I do not want any risk whatsoever that he survives. Ooh, might not have the luxury. Who's this attacking? Hold on, Faust. What's it, his attacking? She can take that. Yeah, she can take those hits. I think that might be a worthy sacrifice just to make sure that he doesn't get that attack off, because I do not want to... I don't even want to see what he'll do if he manages to successfully team kill.
Mom.
Yeah, I probably dedicate too many resources, but forgive me. I like to play it safe. Yeah, I think that was the right call. Ah, he's reloading. Oh, he still hit me. Oh, but the damage isn't very high because I prevented him from team killing. Nice. Here we go. Neutral. Oh dear. Yeah. Struggling. You know what? Fine. I don't mind using an ego to get rid of an AoE, like, to reduce the damage of an AoE that much. Dominating and... dear. Guess I'm gonna have to take a favor for dominating here. Kill, kill. There's definitely some good fun in a poise team if I can get one of those together, but again, I need to make sure my tremor and sinking teams are in good shape first, then I can worry about other stuff. Probably gonna focus on sinking for the final part here. There we go. Yeah, this does basically nothing after I've beaten that, so I'm in good shape, I think. Alright, his shields are gone and he's staggered. Oh, isn't that just delicious? Which one of these is stronger? It's gonna be this one. 3 hits is definitely gonna be more. That's the best I can do. Best I can do. Which of these has more coins? Luca indeed. Wow, I did not get any skill 3s this turn. That is honestly really disappointing. Whatever, I've got decent coin power with these. We should be able to kill him with this, however. Feeling very confident on that. There we go, yep. The sinners were more than strong enough to kill him this turn. Excellent. Ooh, not bad. Raise specs for the #1 deployed identity. If I makes that someone like Yasang, that's gonna be... I could even give that to... Otis, actually. 3 of the earliest gain 10 poise. Okay, so all these increase enemy damage dealt. That's gonna be a bit of a pain. Each ally deals for every 10 blood feasts they've consumed. I do not have any bloods there. Lone gun. When an ally dies, inflict fixed damage of allies to all parts to all enemies. I'd rather not lose anyone if that's possible. Combat 3 currently deployed. 10. Oh, Rodeo. Oh yeah, Rodeo is gonna be absolutely amazing for this. So, you know what? Let's go with this. Excellent. Here we are, the final one. Rewards earned. Wonderful. Oh, these are gonna be yeah, these Ego Shard crates are gonna have to be converted to Season 7, and that means it's gonna be halved twice. That's gonna be a bit of a pain. Well, no matter. I got what I needed most early, so it's time for this one. Summon tickets. These are gonna be huge. Yeah, these are all... Here we go. But they will give a lot of threads. That's true. #1 identity.
오,
Alright,
외부
let's
일이냐?
replace this with 7 Association because it'll make hitting weaknesses hit that much harder. Replace her with Hanafuda Ishmael. Number 1 identity, that's definitely gotta be Rodian.
가시죠.
관리인가?
I'm definitely going with Sinking for this, but yeah, Roast Banner Merceau has honestly been a very good support. I'm glad I got him. Exchange him for Ting Tang Hong Lu. Who you borrowing? Well, let me double check here. Finale with most SP deals additional. Yeah, definitely bringing Ting Tang Hong Lu. Alright, Capo Merceau or Reviat. Actually, since I'm going with this anyway. You know what, let's borrow the Bajat again. Because we're now basically in my Tremor plus Sinking setup, which is aside from exchanging Dawn for T-Corp, Dawn and I do not have Capo Merceau. No, I was gonna borrow Capo Merceau. I usually borrow him when doing my team. Yeah, I've got a couple people who've got him. He's pretty good. Yeah, my usual Otis is T-Corp Otis for the Tremor team, so I rely a lot on Time Moratorium, as you might notice. It's a good skill, don't get me wrong, but
부르신다면 언제든.
마침내 현장 투입인가.
maybe it'll make a fast fight slower. It can. Grant, the burst damage is going to be higher than dealing the damage normally, but yeah, it does suck whenever it lands on when the enemy's at like 1 HP left and it goes there. That does suck, I'll admit.
어디서? 뱀 기어가는
제 차례인가요?
사후 처리로구만.
Let's go. This one.
제가
제 차례인가요?
사후 처리로.
H사와
Here we are.
8구의 안내는 제게 맡기시죠.
Yeah, I think this team should be good.
파우스트가
Here we
맞이하죠.
go. I don't regret bringing Uptie 3 for Fang Hun just for the bonus, that's for sure. Maybe I should have even kept him for his passive, but no, I think the Ting Tang passive is just that good. Canto 7 had some really banger ones. Well, the game has a lot of good music in general, but these are definitely particularly memorable. Let's see, what color should you have? Red. Alright, red it is. Dominating. Dominating. Dawn, I'm gonna have to do this way. Wait, what damage is this? Alright, slash, which, what's Dawn resilient to? Yep, slash. So I'm gonna do it this way to get Dawn's up. For Barber fights? Barber fights is pretty good too, that's for sure. This guy's just blocking, so I'm not gonna waste my time with him. Oh yeah, 2 skill 3s. Delicious. Yeah, a little painful. No, I'm not gonna waste it. The A resonance is okay and all, but yeah, this will be good. Actually, ways, so maybe it is worth it. Yeah, dominating. Here we are.
당신 짝패군요.
Hanafuda Ishmael is definitely my favorite. I'd call her my ace.
편히 쉬시게.
Though I do realize that Solomon Song and Knight Rodian are both Magical Girl Rodian are both stronger at raw damage. Oh, poor Dawn, but don't worry. Did she get stunned? Tell me she got stunned, please.
아무것도 남지 마라.
Making the audience hit a. Alright, we'll give everyone some more sanity.
모든 결과들은
Just
파우스트가
expedite the sanity gain. Gluttony is definitely the one thing my team could certainly use some more of, though, that's for sure. Heisho Dawn, the Heishos are the only sources of it. But I guess the Heishos can even do the Gluttony Resonance, if I remember right.
何か変化が
Dominating, yeah, let's do that. Dominating, so we'll do that. Oh, right, I need to put her in defense mode. I don't want to overwrite that, so you know what, I'll just use the 2 skill 3s and then proceed to defense. Bam. Favored, I guess that's fine. Yeah, struggling. Neutral. Doesn't feel good at all. Dominating? Okay, that'll work. Okay, Gluttony is most common the Rupture IDs. Yeah, there's some IDs that get outside it, but yeah, like, Tremor's usually tied to Sloth, so you're gonna get a lot of Sloth in there. Or Sinking's usually with Gloom, so you're gonna get a lot of Gloom in there. Alpaca, Heishos, or Rabbits. I did not know that until someone told me. I genuinely thought it was something else. I don't remember what anymore. Bit of a pain, but I guess we can do it this way. Errors to be exact. Yep.
짝패군요.
Kind of surprised they had so many of them, though. There's 12, there's what, 12 branches, but we only have, let's see here. Heathcliff and Sinclair are the chickens. Dawn is the only ram. We have like 3 rabbits, about Otis and Ryoshu. Honglu is a bit separate, so he doesn't count. Ishmael technically doesn't have one, based on the Zodiacs. Oh crap. Alright, now I'm gonna have to start using hard parries on this. Or guards on this. Alright, we'll do it that way. Not ideal, but you do what you gotta do. Favored, that's gonna have to be good enough. Neutral, favored. Favored's gonna have to work here. Favored. Favored and neutral. Might not be a bad option to use some domination. It's nice when the when the clashable guard or clashable counter wins the clash. It's always satisfying. It was kind of fun. It is a shame the way branch, the one Dawn is, was never in the main story, nor were the chickens, now that I think about it. But I guess that's what Uptie stories are for, so they can explore the world a bit. Wow, that was really bad. Oh well. Probably shouldn't have used the magical girl once, that absolutely shreds sanity, but can't sit here and deny its power isn't worthwhile. I beat these guys in Canto 7, so even with the power-ups they've been getting, I think we should be in good shape.
나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 사랑의 힘을 보여줄 것을! 아르카나 슬레이머!
There we are. Oh darn. Oh well. No, I didn't know this was good. Makes sense. Excellent, that's one down. There we go. I need to do at least one more time here. Oh dear, this is another one that ends the turn instantly. Hold again. The parade repeats. Eternity. It doesn't say it ends the turn, but it says it does stuff at turn end. Hang on, Honglu just... Yeah, I did his on stream because I figured, oh yeah, I could use his passive for one of the other teams, but wow, that was messed up. What the hell, Honglu? Again, he's kind of just accepted, yeah, whatever happens, happens, but really now... Blood fiends are cats. Probably feels that way at some degree, yeah. Dominating, yeah, let's do it that way. Power guard. Yeah, that should be fine. The power guard might still be better here, so let's do that. Get Rodian's damage up to its highest peak. Part of me does realize I probably might have done better if I had dropped Magical Girl Dawn, just because she has AoE on negative sanity. Both Afraid of Water and the Spray Ball with water is their worst enemy. Yeah. They did mention that some of the higher level kindreds are behind, but even Dawn seems to be afraid of it, so... I guess maybe just her father got past it. Even him. Hard to tell. On that note, I did check the wiki, and it says that the Blood Fiends all come from distortions, but I'm thinking, didn't distortions only come as a result of the effects of the story of the Lobotomy Corporation? I don't think she was transported to all parts of it. It was transported all parts of time there. Or whatever Carmen did. Not do that. This here, this one here, here. Yeah, let's use an ego on that. Dominating, perfect. Let's get an ego here to get some shields up. Here, that's not gonna be good. Guess we're gonna have to though. Yeah, if I can kill these minions, the boss gets weakened. The River of Humanity is an actual thing. Some of the rivers... It's one of the offshoots and some of the surfaces. One of the natural creations. Ah, with 3 birds. Ah, interesting. I guess the wiki is just a bit off then. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure some Blood Fiends can be created by distortions, but Lobotomy Corporation did not exist back in medieval Spain. I have a friend who's into the World of Darkness stuff like Vampire the Masquerade tabletop, so I was able to recognize a few of the number of things referenced there, but Father Dawn struck me as being a bit more comparable to Dracula rather than Kane. So don't get me wrong, Dracula is still a pretty big shot. If I remember right, he's one of the characters in the tabletop listed as anyone who faces him is pretty much instantly dead, no matter what. Well, I see one enemy died of cringe. Not the most glamorous victory, but hey, we take those. 13 speed, holy crap. I love it. Do the checkup interval? Yeah, I'm completely caught up with the story. The only reason I'm not doing Canto 9 is because I want to level up some more IDs to 60, so that I'm not doing it with like half my team 50, half of 55, etc. You know what I mean? Yeah, feel free to yap for anything that's not Canto 9.
애도에 잡담이 끼어드는 것은
Still
좋지
more
않소.
wrath. I really like the high damage Hanafuri Shimura does. Favored, that should be good. Favored is easier. No, it's not. So we'll just do what do we have here.
당신 짝패군요.
Aimless Wrath. The little minions aren't really doing much here, Dulcina.
우리는요?
Even with heavy Vanguard armor, nearly double speed of a ram. Yeah, unfortunately, yes. Dawn is just weighed down by all that massive cuteness Heisho Dawn has. Yeah, I'm really excited to finally be able to use her in a real fight. I had her at Uptie 4, as you saw, but I didn't have any XP stuff whatsoever. And obviously, if you're building a sinking team,
애도에
Tom
잡담이
Lamentius'
끼어드는
song
것은
absolutely
좋지
gets
않소.
priority, because he's basically one of the main win conditions of the team. That should be fine. Spice Bush, yep. I don't have Spice Bush, but I would have built him if I had him instead. Dominating, always a satisfying thing. Struggling, oh dear. Poor Dawn. Favored. Dominating. You know, we'll just have them attack Dulcina directly. I attack Dulcina directly! I learned how to force someone to distort, then become permanent. Normally, most people just die outright. Yeah, I'm well aware that while they keep saying that the abnormalities and stuff technically don't die, I'm pretty confident they can. They just don't want to because, oh, think of the possibilities. You know, pulling the Wayland Utani stuff. Classic. Then acting all surprised when everything gets loose and everyone dies. Time for the coast. Coast. Nope, she doesn't. In fact, have coast on. 3, 4, and 5. Oh, yeah. That's so satisfying. I don't know his ideas. You have to kill the idea behind them to kill them. There we are. Breakthrough. Celebration.
다가오지 마라.
Excellent.
아름다운 가시가 잔뜩 피어날 테니.
I definitely need to start killing more of these minions of hers. Hopeless, oh dear. You know what? Just kill that one. I think alone she should be able to do that. Now, what color does Ishmael? You know what? I think I can afford to do this. So let's do it. No, I can't use that one. Not yet. Like Canto 6. Whose Canto is that? Heathcliff. Getting. Nosferatu is an abominable. It'll be another way down. Now that one I was aware of. Dominating. Struggling. Dominating though. You know what? I can afford to lose some. I can afford to lose some. Yeah. There we are. Yeah, I can afford to use some envy. So let's use the envy. Here you go. Heathcliff's going through an enlightening journey, like the rest of them. Indeed. Although I did play the crossover story, for so strangely, just out of nowhere implied he had also distorted at some point, which is a little weird because I guess he must have succeeded because
내가 찾은
the
나만의
whole
항해
reason
방식.
Heathcliff was still alive after we beat him was because we can simply turn back the time to save him after he was killed. Or so, that apparently happened before he joined us. I'm definitely looking forward to his
지킬 게
Canto.
많거든. 와르르 무너지는군.
Excellent, that's 2 more down.
가슴 가장 깊은 곳까지 박히도록.
Oh, and don't think, even though the crossover is gone, it is rather. Oh, it's that loud?
敵の調子が悪く
dear.
なっているみたいです。
Sorry about that. Is that a here? Alright, that should be a bit easier. Let me know if that's a lot better. Okay. Yeah, I read the comic there. Yeah, my understanding is there's a lot of comics that I need to catch up on. Oh, excellent. We actually have some skill 3s during this damage phase. People distorted can come back and distort again multiple times. Only manifesting ego makes you immune to it. Interesting. And if I remember the opening right, they did mention that Limbus Company did create a kind of bootleg version of ego creation from lobotomy, but they weren't able to do it properly, so there's some flaws in it. Oh no, this is stronger. Okay. Since this is a single target,
이쪽으로.
sorry, they mentioned it briefly how the Sinners got their base egos at the start of the game, but it's been a very, very, very long time. Especially since they had a lot of info dump on you at the time, so it was hard to catch up. I mean, I had to go back just to see. I didn't even remember that the people with animal names had those Mang rings when they were attacking, when they were killing the Sinners. I didn't notice it until a friend pointed out to me. Yeah. I completely forgot they had any weird stuff like that. Oh yeah, full power title elegy. 434 damage. Yeah, there we go. Farewell, Dulcina. Q. I think Ujja's the only character with Tremor in a kit, but does not burst. Possible. Pride skills and make the enemy reek to pride. I think Pride and Gloom are the straight up strongest here, so I'm gonna want to pick one of these, I think. The final boss becomes weak to Pride. Lobotomy perfected the ego to be usable by anyone without adverse effects at the cost of its power. Limbus made ego with the maximum power in mind. That explains why there's potential adverse effects to it. And I do know there's a theory that the base egos for the Sinners are all going to be awakened or made stronger somehow, since for the past few Cantos they've all been using an empowered one. I mean, Honglu was able to give the bath. Heathcliff changed it from envy to wrath. Dawn used hers to overpower her father's spear. Me with the funny skip button. Oh dear. Actually, let me check something. For which Canto? There's a case of ego having an adverse effect to someone equipped above their level, though that comic isn't canon anymore. Oh boy, it's in complicated enough. There's some retcons going on. Oh yeah, you know what? Let me check the skills. I should probably double check some of the skills on my team, because I think Gloom or Pride is going to be the big one I want here. Because Pride and Gloom are very, very common in my team. I just need to figure out which one is going to be a bit more effective. You know what? Probably Pride. If we get another one of these, I'll go with Gloom, and then we should... Gloom? It's also possible. I was just thinking, well, my Rhodian has 2 Glooms. The Udjat Otis has 2 glooms. A lot of my... Oh, no, prides. Yeah. Skill 3 for Night Rodian is a pride, but she gets 2 of them because of the skill I got for her. Udjat has it, though I guess there's 2 gloom skills on Solemn Lament Yasong's set, so that's also... It's the Sinking Sin. It is true. Oh, right. The final boss is that rose, isn't it? It's an abnormality, which means it does not have... Issues between the artists, they took down the comic, and everything gets sorted. Ah, I see. Some stuff happens like that between there. Yeah, I forgot. Gloom isn't just the skills themselves. Sinking itself does gloom damage to enemies who do not have sanity. I'll do Pride of the next one then. Oh boy, more of these assholes. Probably going to want to get rid of Reese Gregor right away, aren't I? For some reason, I have the feeling if I don't, I'm going to regret it. This one, I just AoE'd them. Honestly, I think I probably should. Dominating. Because I do very much have that power. I don't want to leave this way. Oh dear. Now let's do it this way.
나아가주게.
Fixed damage doesn't give about anything. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. Refill. Oh dang, that could have been really dangerous. Oh good, he's stunned. Hose on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 HP, oh my. Magical Girl Dawn time. Takes a lot of energy, but luckily I have more than enough to spare. Skip this one a single turn. We'll see if I can do the same. I probably should have taken the life and death one just to increase my damage output, but whatever. Excellent. Except Greg, he has immunity. Ha. Oh, that explains why he survived with 1 HP. Although I still am glad that I reduced him to 1 HP in general, just to make him easier to take down later. Oh, I wasted that since everyone was stunned. Oh dear.
아득한 여정, 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
Alright, we should be in a lot better shape now. Let's see. Alright, let's see if I can get us going a bit more. Oh yeah, almost everyone's dead. Nobody's using an ego, lucky me. Actually, let's move over here. Actually, these might actually be better for winning clashes. Yeah, see, favored, dominating, Favored. Only favored. I hate anything that increases enemy clash power. That's just not fun. Oopsie. No, I don't want to use that. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, I forgot I have those Superbias. I assume there's nothing preventing me from actually using that here, right? Maybe I should. Put here on here. Those two should be able to kill Ryoshu here. Vanguard will see through. I must say, Eoja Otis is really impressing me.
확인 사살.
편히 쉬시게.
Oh, nice, he was stunned, so he doesn't. Oh, wow! Amazing. Yeah, have I mentioned how much I'm loving this team? Yeah. Geez, these Walpurgis IDs are something else. Even Hanafuda's one, remember? And she's considered a weaker one, and even she obliterated it. He can't die until all the others do, right? Ailing Heart. Oh dear. Hopeless. Who's the primary target of this? Yeah. Gonna have to do it this way. Yeah, dominating. Oh nice, he was stunned, so he doesn't get to have days. Yeah, that's exactly. You can't die once per encounter. Respiratory's gonna die here. Hopeless, huh? Yeah. Who's the primary target of this? Yeah, it's her, so... Oh, that's hopeless. This is not going to be very fun. I'm going to have to do precisely that. Yeah, by putting Faust here at the bottom, I get an unopposed attack at him, and he'll die instantly. By that extension, though, that also means I should probably focus on her instead. Yeah, those two unopposed should do the trick. But whatever, this will kill both. Yeah, they're both dead. I believe this is before the last one. Yeah, here we are. Pride now. Life or death. Actually, this might be a bit better. Although, making the enemy weak to pride is also kind of tempting, especially since enemies don't... Oh, I see. I can basically pick everything. Life or death seems like a good choice just because this will expedite how much damage I do, but at the same time, I don't actually deal that low of damage. And in fact, making the enemy weak to envy... Oh, but the enemy gets clash power out of that, and I really, really hate that clash power. So, you know what? Life or death. Victory, give me victory or give me death. Oh, this isn't the last one? Doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure these guys are no problem. Yeah, the priest is going to be the last one here, so there's not much I can do about him, but the others I can take down, especially the barber, who's going to be the main damage dealer. I took out Starbuck and the crew first time for the same reason. Pride is dark blue. Indeed it is. Wow, she's fast.
배중입니다.
Red.
제게 말을 거는 건 룰 위반이죠.
Dominating, that's good. I need to make... Yeah, all my increased damage should be a huge asset here, I'd hope. Yeah, I need to prevent... Yeah, I need to prevent her from targeting her ally there. Struggling, yeah. I think Ojia might be better off taking the blow. Here we are.
나아가주게.
There we go.
차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
Barber really gets a lot of gets a lot of attacks off even when he has a ridiculous number of unbreakable points. I strictly remember that. It's a pain.
이 정도는 돼야지.
Neutral. Here we are, dominating. Dominate. Opposed.
포위망 구축.
Alright, this should help out a little.
억제 성공. 진짜. 격발.
Alright, there we are.
지키기 위해서.
자, 로신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고.
Yeah, 30% extra damage is really adding up. Not to mention making enemies weak to my main Sin affinity is really also adding up. Holy crap. 149, she basically is healing a good amount off that if she had any HP lost. Snip, snip, snip. Oh, Kozon time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and she's stunned, which means he's gonna get it full power. Oh yeah, look at her melt. Don't bring scissors to a gunfight. That's what we've learned. Echoes of the Manor. That should make hits so that he sinks a lot more. Okay, I think I should just eat this blow and take out these two here. Hide here. Plenty here. Yeah, we'll just take the blows this turn because I want to make sure none of these come home alive. As long once the priest is by himself, he's no threat. Are you kidding me? They're all still alive. Ah, but they're so low. Okay. Does Dawn have her horn? She does not, so I'll counter that one. I'll power counter this. Sloth. Dominating. 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 Yeah, this is over. Unopposed. And this should be everything. Both Dulcina and the Barber should both die this turn, which means the priest is all that's left, and he's genuinely... I don't remember him having anything that was particularly threatening once the others are gone. Heals himself a lot, yeah, but I can outdamage that thanks to all my damage buffs. Your shield's only going so far, buddy. Good, a Sinner's taken down a foe. Let's keep this up. Does Donner have her horns? She indeed has her horns. Here we are.
당신 짝패군요.
Yeah, sacrifice for the family, but...
감내해야 할 고통입니다.
주먹밥이.
Oh, wonderful.
敵が来ます。皆さん、
Panic,
戦闘の準
guilt,
備を。
blue, huh? Well, I think sticking to red might not be a bad idea. Here we are.
당신 짝패군요.
Getting a good amount of sin affinities with this now. The only thing we're missing is a bit of healing power, but we shouldn't need too much healing anymore. Actually, I haven't needed it ever since I got that healing upgrade. I should have gotten that one first. Actually, I don't think it was in the first one, but you get what I mean. There we go. Here we go. Raise speed values by all allies, max HP up, but also enemies are... all allies deal additional damage, change the blunt. Enemy plus coin power. Blunt skills minus coin. Defense level up doesn't actually do much for enemies, does it? I'm pretty sure I could still overwhelm that. Not staggering, saved quite a lot. Yeah, that's true. The moment I saw not having to worry about stagger anymore, I can either make the final boss weak to anything. And making the final boss weak to stuff does sound useful, but I mean, defense basically does nothing. Then again, if the enemy's he's taking higher damage to everything, that might not be a bad idea. Only thing is, I don't like the idea of enemy coin power plus 2. The last one's an abnormality, right? That basically means, yeah, this is one of the ones I avoid most because Mirror Dungeon has taught me this can easily ruin my life. Meanwhile, Mirror Dungeon has also taught me that enemy defense doesn't really do much. Yeah, but that gives coin power. If I get this one, he just gets some extra defense, and that doesn't do much. But you are right, most of my team is Pierce. Well, my strongest... well, no. Hanafuda Ishmael is Slash, but Solemn Lament is Sung, and Rodian are all Pierce, and they are definitely my main damage dealers. The rest are largely supporting, if we're honest. Moderate risk. Alright. We'll just skill 3's Pierce. Alright, you know what? We'll do it. I've weakened the final boss to Gloom and Pierce. Indestructible. The head's destructible, but the body's not. Slash. Favored. Oh yeah, dominating. Dawn, I might actually want to use Magical Girl for. Yeah, dominate that. Got yellow. No, that she's got red, actually. I hate to lose a skill 3, but I think it might be worth it. Just to get the... Oh, yeah, she's too slow for it. Dominating. Here we are.
당신 짝패군요.
Sheesh. Almost 7,300 HP. That's a ton. Luckily, I've got a good amount. Luckily, I did make him weak to my main stuff, so that should help.
가장 깊은 곳까지
Pierce.
박히도록.
Oh yeah, the Pierce really helped.
아무것도 남지 마라.
Yeah, that's crazy good. If nothing else, this Magical Dawn ego is a genuinely powerful ego in terms of just raw damage. Quite nice.
우리 앞을 막는 증오스러운 존재들에게 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 사랑의 힘을 보여줄 것을! 아르카나 슬레이어!
Alright, here we go. I swear, that ego is always satisfying to use. I love it. Duh. Yeah, Dawn can take that hit now that she lost her, Oh dear. Yeah, losing that stagger threshold saved her life. I have a stagger part. Yeah, that tech cost 30. I can't do that. Can't keep doing that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think Title Elegy on this might be worth my time. Might even be worth doing it here, actually. How to manipulate ego. I do know how to, if you know how to overclock it and intentionally corrode, I do know those. I do know how to safely overcharge too. I also know to keep in mind oh, nice. Yeah, that should be good. Not like that. I might need to ask it to have that explained then. Here we are.
포위망 구축.
Title Elegy.
한눈 팔지 마세요. 내 말은 당신에게.
Yeah, attacking into the staggered part was a good idea. Look how much damage this is doing. Remember, and of course the boss is weak to gloom. Title Elegy isn't exactly great when it comes to winning clashes, but the damage on a single target like this is absolutely wonderful. Make everyone else target the things you don't want the ego to hit. Selected to clash. Ah! Ego priorities targeting things that aren't being targeted. Ah, I did not know that. I know some specifically marked will specifically target unopposed foes or something like that, but I didn't know it applied to attacks too. That's good to keep in mind. Also, I know that if I happen to corrode someone, that whether I pick the top or bottom one, those will have different targets, so I need to pay attention to that so I can potentially minimize my self-harm. Yeah, I love the shield command Meltdown gives. My Faust there has survived so many things she had no right surviving entirely because it protected her. The rose guzzles up flood of blood, glistening in crimson, But even this inundation of blood's not enough. The glossy eyes glow between the petals. Ignore them. Select this to raid down ways that we're reducing its defenses. Every sinner feeds it. Why? Reduce the Abnormality's offense while raising its defenses. Every sinner feeds it a moderate amount of blood. Make this... Eliminate Bloodfest. Honestly, I think this is better. We agreed not to feed it blood. Dissatisfaction, it seems. Sharp thorns, and it charges the sinners. Returns.
전술 시야 전개.
I think that was worth it just because the defense is down. That's gonna make it die faster. Dominating. Favored. Dominating. Dominating. Always satisfying to see that dominating. Dominating. Neutral.
당신 짝패군요.
Right, I should have had Dawn bring up her horns. That way she can, Yeah, that did basically no damage thanks to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. Not a 5er, but still good. I like how... yeah. Yeah, Rodian's absolutely gonna be the MVP. I'd wager. Poor Dawn.
꿈에는 단정하지 않군요.
Dominating. Struggling. Oh dear. Dominating. Dominating. Dominating and... Red, so I should just stick with that. Favored, that's fine enough. I can't be using an ego every turn when I'm not... Oh, actually, I'm burning through its HP rather quickly. I think we've got this, but we can't get too cocky. I can and have lost plenty of games because I thought, okay, I can't lose anymore. Yeah, it's not over until the thing finally explodes. Yeah, that was worth it. Gloom and Pierce. The Rose yearns for more blood. Well, sucks to be the Rose. Yearn. Yearn. Oh dear. These aren't unclashable, right? Good. Dominating either one. Wonderful. Neutral, huh? Dominating. Alright, time to bring our all to bear. Oh yeah. As long as I prevented that attack, I think we're in good shape. Go, Dawn! The Rose guzzles up the flood of blood, glistening crimson, but even this isn't enough. Yeah, screw you, Rose. We will not feed it blood. Take more damage. I feel something's definitely wrong. Dominating. 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 It's favored, huh? This one, however, is dominating. Actually, I should get Dawn's horns up, so... Actually, no, she can't be she doesn't have the HP left to be doing that, so I'm gonna have to do it this way.
나아가주게.
Yeah, look at all that sinking that's taking heavy damage. Yeah, even with the attack up, it's genuinely not hurting that much at all. We got this. Dawn's got her horns from her skill 3, so flash power has been reduced. And
편히 쉬시게.
huh. That the best you can do? I think now might actually be a good time to bring out, here we are, yeah. Bring out the raw damage egos. Yeah, this Gloom Ego is probably the most powerful one I got, hands down, so I need to make sure to take full advantage of it whenever I can. Here we are.
당신 짝패군요. 차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
Is there a phase 2 then? Nope. Alright, we officially beat it. Yep, as expected. MVP. Take a look at the numbers. Oh wow, it wasn't even close. Well, granted, I did make her strongest attacks that much stronger. But Hanafuda Ishmael is just as absurd as I thought. Yeah, Uchiha to Otis was genuinely a great choice. I'm glad I got to try her out. This song was a genuinely good one. Huh, Dawn did a lot more than I thought. She took a lot of hits, but... yeah, removing that first stagger threshold was absolutely the game changer, I think. 70 turns in total. Ooh. That was fun. Banner acquired. Here we go. Phew. It's mine. Pretty good stuff. I'm glad I was able to get them. Sadly, I can't get the animated one because that required doing it when it was relevant, which, yeah, that was well before I joined. Oh, dang, it took so long I could make another one of these. Nice. Yeah, hang 'em. And yeah, I did kind of rush. I do admit I kind of rushed the story pretty hard after I started because I wasn't sure if there was a minimum limit that I wanted for the crossover. Thankfully, they allowed you to go there even if you had just started, which was quite nice. But I believe I did around Canto 4 or 5, I think, before I continued onward. Oh, right, first, I must have forgotten to get the lunacy there. Well, no matter. I feel really good about line 5 here. The full set is mine. Alright, I'm also gonna need to use the Season 5 ones here. Yep, they all got transferred. Still, it's nice that I can now start building some units again, or at least for their passives. For others, it's gonna take a bit longer because, yeah, as you can see, I burned through those 50 XP tickets extremely quick. It takes a lot of resources to bring someone new. Yeah. We are. Hi, hello. Ooh, I'm feeling really good, so... What'd you get? Oh, right, the, tag. I do have the tag, don't I? Let's see here. Where's this? Season 5 Assured Identity. Alright, we'll find out. I don't usually like to do rolls on stream, but I can make an exception this once.
잘
Otis.
이제
Welcome, I'll show you
진짜
what it is to
치장이란
dress
게
up.
무엇인지
Ah,
직접
Barber Otis.
보여주겠어. 기대하도록.
New Dawn? I have not, actually. And I got a repeat of Fang about Vampire Hunter Honglu. Not bad. It is Beam. Nice. I've got a pretty good amount of Dawn IDs, though. T-Corp, Magical Girl, and Heisho Dawn have all been really wonderful additions. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, I did get Barber, but yeah, we'll go back to T-Corp. You can never have enough Dawns, that's true. The game does seem to favor me getting Dawns, though, that's for sure. Dawn and Yasang, most definitely. The only reason I haven't raised Ring Yasang is because I already have these two here at a good level. Might even build 7 Association. I think I mentioned I like their detective agency aesthetic. Though I am well aware, yeah, they're not optimal or anything like that, which is a shame. But yeah. Yeah, sorry, as you can see here, my team is a little random bullshit go, but hey, it's gotten me through this far pretty well. I just need to keep it up. Gregor, I'm probably gonna exchange for his Nidal's Capitano. Yeah, I've heard. He was the one of the first mistake units, followed of course by Mao Faust, who I do not have, unfortunately. Though I do have 7 Association. I'm still probably gonna raise 7 Association Faust because, well, like I said, her only crime is that Mao Faust power crept her, and if you're power crept by a mistake, I think that's not a very difficult crime to forgive. Yeah, that was pretty exciting. I'm gonna do Canto 9 a bit later, especially once I can get my team levels up. I don't need everyone at 60, but I'd like everyone higher so that I can properly use them, you know? Alright, I'm gonna go check out the new trailer that came up and enjoy it. We have a decent amount of people here though, so let me see if anyone I'm following there's anyone to raid. Here. Here, a handful I normally raid are here, but since you're all here for Limbus Company, let's head over to someone who's doing it. Looks like someone's doing Canto 7, the Dawn Canto. Appropriate. Alright, so we're going to be raiding Tech Deck. So if you want to hang around and enjoy some Canto 7, then by all means. And remember, no spoilers for after. We want them to enjoy it. Yeah, but until next time, thank you all for watching, and hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.